So let's get settled and feel your back. And really come to your breath here. Just taking these few moments for yourself. Just being here with your breath, with your body. Now slowly on your next inhale, straighten out your legs if it's not already straight. Bring your feet to touch, arms over your head. Give yourself a nice big stretch here. And then slowly walk yourself or your legs over to the right, the upper body over to the right, making a banana shape, catching left wrist, right hand, grounding down through your upper body, shoulders are square as you make a crescent shape, lengthening here, squeezing your ankles, your thighs, your knees. And then slowly on your exhale, release, walk back through center and then over to the opposite side. You can stack ankle on top and then make a banana shape again on this side, lengthening as you squeeze and stack. Or actually not stack, as in square your hips, square your shoulders. And then slowly again on your exhale, walk back through center, bring your thighs in towards your chest. Give yourself a little hug here. Nice deep breath. And then slowly you're going to release the left foot down, interlock your finger on top of your right knee. And just gently make some hip circles here. So also massaging on one side. And then changing direction, opposite side. Coming into half happy baby here. Reach for your foot, your toes. And it's up to you if you want to straighten out your left leg or keep it bent, again, depending how you feel this morning. So if you straighten out, it's going to be a bigger stretch along in towards your left thigh. And maybe you won't go as deep. Breathing here nice and deep. And then gently you're going to release, let the knees drop over, coming in towards a spinal twist. So being gentle for this first one. Right shoulder blade pressing down. And then slowly coming back through center. This time release your right foot down, squeeze the left thigh in, interlock on top of your knee. And then again make some hip circles here on the left side. A few rounds, both directions. And then happy baby on this side. Again, adjusting whether you want your right knee bent or straight, it's up to you. Again, listen to the body. If the body says no, then just go for the gentler version. Now slowly guide the knee across, coming into your spinal twist. So knee may be hovering up, doesn't matter. Just ensure your left shoulder blade is pressing down here. Just going gentle, adjusting accordingly. You can always rest your feet on the block or even keeping it higher. Just taking care of the lower back if it feels still stiff this morning. And then slowly bring it back through center. Bring both thighs in towards your chest. And then coming into full happy baby here. Catching hold of your toes, your inner sole or outer sole. Really pressing the sacrum down nice and gently. And then maybe rock side to side, massaging your lower back. One more breath here. And then slowly releasing, either rock and roll up if it's fine for your spine, or just drop your knees to a side. And then we're coming up in towards the sit. We're just going to straight over, roll over our ankles and come into Vajrasana here. So sitting on your feet, toes untucked, coming up in towards a nice comfortable sit, making sure your spine stacked over your hips, you're comfortable. If not, sit on a block. And then on your next inhale, arms over your head. And then exhale, interlock your finger behind your neck here. And then we're just going to do sort of a spinal gentle roll, bringing yourself in towards like a cat back. And then inhale, open up. Just a few rounds here, moving with your breath, how it feels in your spine. So if you really want to round it up, please do. Open up the chest, maybe lean back a bit more after a few rounds. And then finishing your last round here. And then coming back through center, release your palms down. Right palm's going to reach down, coming into a side stretch, hips slightly to the left here. Move your shoulders, maybe wing it out one direction here, maybe open up, taking the arm behind you, even taking your head or your glance falling in, depending how your neck feels. You can even bend the elbows if extending the arm feels too much, so you can just do shoulder rolls this way, it doesn't matter. And then changing direction over the opposite side here. So nice, gentle stretching in towards the shoulders, moving in towards the shoulder joints, or you can do a combination of straight arms and then maybe bended arms here. Again, depending how you feel, you can always cactus if that feels good. And then finishing up your last one, you're going to hold. So you're going to extend back the arm, reach it over, maybe bending the elbow, hips slightly more towards the left. And then inhale, we're going to rise back up, coming back through center, over to the opposite side. So hips towards the right, arms reaching over. And then once you feel comfortable, to start moving the shoulder, the arm, any way that feels good. So all of it's just a suggestion. You can always adjust. You can bend the elbow. You can even do this way instead of rolling. You're still moving the shoulders, but not that big. It's circular if it feels a bit stiff or sore. And then once you feel ready and you want to change direction, opposite direction next. Couple more rounds on this side. And then we come back through in towards your side body stretch here. So hips slightly more towards the right. And then slowly on your next inhale, coming back up. Let's stretch in towards the shoulders now since it's slightly warm. So we're going to reach. Let's do the left side so you can see left arm slides under between the space between the ankle and the floor. Give it a nice pull so it's a nice and long. And then let's reach the right ear towards the right shoulder. Right fingertips can reach down. So feel that nice little pull down the left side. And then again, you can explore the stretch. Chin down or chin towards the shoulder. Just feel where the stretch is the most comfortable or what your body needs. So it's a really nice stretch to the back of the neck, to the side of the neck. And then slowly going to come back to center, release the palm out and then switch side. So just slide it under. And then again, this time left ear to left shoulder. Notice the stretch, how different it feels on this side. And then you can always hold here with the shoulder or the ear towards the shoulder, or start maybe moving the chin towards your chest, or maybe chin towards the shoulder, or somewhere in between till you find this sweet spot to sort of stay and enjoy the stretch. One more breath here. Now slowly you're going to release the arm out. Let's place it down so maybe they feel a bit of rebound there. Shift into tabletop and let's go through a few rounds of cat-cow. So today, instead of just moving this plane up and down. Maybe after a few rounds of this up and down, you're going to take the hips to the right, maybe glance over to the right. So making a C shape with your head and your neck and your hips, and then the opposite side, or maybe adding a barrel roll in towards the shoulders. So anything that feels good here. About 2 more rounds as you move around, working out the kinks. And then we're going to come back to neutral. Once you're back in towards neutral, maybe shifting the left knee in, extend the right leg out behind you, tuck the toes under, shift your weight back, having a nice stretch in towards the calf here. And then on your next inhale, shift your weight over, back over your wrist, extend your right leg, lift it up, and then exhale, you're going to swing it over to the left side. Again, we're coming back, making this C shape, so we're going to take our head, our right shoulder over and pick through towards your back leg, your right toes. So making a C shape. You can even, if you want, walk your right palm forward to really take the stretch over to the right side, of course without falling over. So now you're precariously in a thinner line of balance, so make sure you shift your weight towards your palm. They're still supporting you. Breathing here nice and deep. And then slowly you're going to walk your right palm back if it's away. Shift your left knee towards the center and then place the right knee down next to your calf. You're coming into Gomukhasana. So walk your palms back as we sit back in on towards our sit bones. Adjust your feet accordingly. Make any movement to ensure both sit bones down. And then here you can add the choice whether you just want to fold forward for this first round, having a nice stretch down that right lower back, your hips, or if you prefer, eagle arms, if it feels nice with a compression on the deltoid, if you've been doing chaturanga, lifting weights, or opening up in towards the chest, if you've been sitting on the desk still over the weekend, then Gomukhasana, maybe catch off your wrists, your fingers, or your shirt, and coming in towards a 4. So whichever you prefer, breathe in towards your hips and shrink your left sit bones down. Then pressing the left thigh on top of your right. One more breath here. Now slowly on your next inhale, rising back up from wherever you are. Release out your arms, maybe roll your shoulders depending on what position you're in. And then going to hop back on towards our knees, palms back down. So rearrange yourself, making sure the knee comes back towards center. Release it as you extend your right leg out. Let's take it over to the side here with the right toes pointing forward. So last week we did some strengthening here. So maybe you should feel some effect of that hips. If not, doesn't matter. Just shift your weight back and forth as we open up in towards the inner thigh. And also warming up into the wrists if you hear some cracks. Nice deep breath here. And then let's release the toes, sit back on towards your heels. Feel that nice stretch in towards the right inner thigh. Keep pressing in towards your right foot. And then maybe tend your finger, walk your finger forward as you lower your chest down. Again, go gently, making sure no pain on that right knee. And then slowly on your next inhale, we're going to rise up, coming in to thread the needle. So keep your right palm stacked under your shoulders. Inhale, left arm's going to extend out. And then exhale, we're going to slowly thread it under the right arm, reach it over towards your right toes, let the left shoulder, left side of the head drop. And then feel it in towards the stretch, in towards the top of the right hip. Breathing here nice and deep. Right palm can stay next to your face, your shoulders, or you can come into a half bind or just extend the palm up towards the ceiling. So choose your poison, what feels good. If you're in the half bind, roll the shoulder back, elbow up towards the ceiling, pressing down through your right outer sole. Nice deep breath here. Now slowly you're going to unwind. If your right palm's not next to your face, bring it back. Inhale, coming back up for a counter stretch here, left arm up. And then exhale, gently release here. We're going to sit back in towards the hip, in towards this wide-legged Janu Shirshasana for our stretch here. So today is really gentle. Let's see whether we even go into a floor or not. We will just stick to stretches here. So on your inhale, arms over your head. Exhale, we slowly lean forward, coming into our forward fold here. So notice how the inner thigh feel. Flex into the foot, toes pointing up. Tense your fingers and then maybe slowly allow your body and your chest to fold down. Notice the nice stretch on that left thigh here. Nice deep breath. So we incorporate some movement here. So instead of our usual flow, we're going to flow or move here just to get the body a bit warm but not overly heavy, because today is gentle yoga. So we're going to slowly walk ourselves back up here. Right arm's going to extend, coming into a twist. Left palm outside your right palm outside your left thigh. Left palm plants as you sort of rotate your chest over to the left side. Still engaging in towards the right leg, toes flat, pointing towards you. And then slowly you're going to inhale, release, come back to center. Right arm's going to slide down the right leg. Left arm's going to extend in towards your revolve side stretch. So here is where we're going to introduce movement again towards the shoulders joint. So let's bend the elbow, left palm behind you. Inhale, left elbow reaches back, open up the chest. Exhale, you're going to roll the left elbow in towards the right, maybe towards the elbow. If you're flexible, you can take it to the outside of the right knee. Feel that nice lateral rotation of that spine here. And then inhale, open up the chest. Exhale, bring it in. One more time, inhale. Exhale, bring it in. And then on your next inhale, open back up, release the palm long, coming deeper in towards the side. Revolve side stretch. Breathe in towards the left side. One more breath here. And then slowly on your next inhale, rising back up, feel the release as we pop our hips back up. Palms comes down, coming back through our tabletop. So shift your left knee back under your hip, swing your right leg back behind you, then release the right knee next to your left. Cat-cow again to release any kinks and any funny little tension you're holding somewhere. And then move your right knee into the center. Make sure you're nice and balanced. Left leg extend, tuck the toes under. And then let's shift your weight back and stretch in towards the calf. Breathing here nice and deep. And then again, shift your weight back over your wrist, swing and lift up the left leg, swing it over to the right. Tuck the toes, shift, and then start taking the left shoulder forward, right shoulder back, making into this banana shape, picking over towards your left toes. Again, you have the option to walk the left palm further over to the right side to really extend out in towards the left. And you may become more wobbly, so taking care. So make sure about your distribution of your weight to balance yourself here in this tied line. And then slowly you're going to walk back your left palm if you've not got it under the shoulder. Shifting back, lifting not lifting actually, now we're going to Gomukhasana. So shift your right knee in towards the center, shift the leg away, tuck the left knee behind the right, and then walk yourself back and come to a sit on your sit bones. So again, adjust, wing out your feet, move your hips about to make sure the right sit bones grounded. And then again, choose which arm variation you prefer. So maybe you did Gomukhasana on that side or Eagle, whichever feels good for you, as we fold over our thighs, our knees. And then notice that stretch here on that right hip, outer hip, right outer, what am I talking, right IT band. So if you're folding forward, it takes the stretch more because of the additional weight. Keeping your breath nice, long, and smooth. Now slowly on your next inhale, you're going to rise back up. Release from wherever you are. and then pop back up on towards your knee here. So make sure your knee is nice in the center. We're going to extend it back out. So let's swing the left leg back behind you to extend over to the left side. Placing the feet down, toes pointing forward. So make sure you restack. So if you need to adjust, adjust, and then start shifting your weight back and forth. Just preparing your inner thigh, press into your left outer sole, and then whenever you're ready, you can untuck the back toes, send the hips towards the heel, and then fold forward here, really pressing the left outer sole here, making sure no pain under that left knee, left inner knee. Breathing here nice and deep, shoulders away from your ears. And then we'll come up in towards our thread the needle. Now slowly on your next inhale, coming all the way back up. You're going to extend your right arm up and then exhale, thread it under, over towards your left toe, shoulder comes down. Move your palms next to your shoulders, roll the shoulder back or choose your half bind if you wish. And then really breathe into that inner thigh, that shoulder, or wherever you feel any sort of kinks. Or a little pinch. Just send your breath. Feel that nice compression on the right and the opening on the left. And then slowly, you're going to release, bringing your left palm back next to your face. On an inhale, pressing back up. Right arm going to extend, counter stretch. And then exhale, release as we walk ourselves back to sit on towards our hips here. So right foot comes in on the inside of your left thigh. Inhale, lifting up through your whole body here, lengthen, and then exhale, we're going to fold forward, flexing in towards the left foot. And then notice how that inner thigh feel, the hips, the knee. Extend it through your crown. Make sure neck, your back is nice and long. And feel the nice stretch into its lower back as well. And then inhale, slowly walk yourself up. And then inhale, left arm's going to come up and then reach it to the outside of your right knee, right thigh, coming in towards a gentle twist here. And then inhale, head back center, slide the left palm down the left leg, right arm's going to reach as you take the left shoulder down towards the left knee. Inhale to extend, exhale, going to bend the elbow, reach the right elbow back, open up the chest. Exhale, roll the right elbow in. So feel that nice stretch and twist in towards the back, in towards the mid, lower. So move with your breath here. And see with each time you bring in, if you can bring the elbow closer to the other or even past it. And then finally, in your last one, is you open up, extend out your right arm and then coming deeper in towards your revolve side stretch here. Feel the length here on the right side. One more breath. Now slowly on your next inhale, rising all the way back up. You're going to come from here, extend the right leg out, long coming into your wide-legged seated forward fold. So adjust, making your pelvis shift forward in the anterior tail. Inhale, lifting up the crown and your arms, and then exhale, we're going to fold slowly forward. So equalizing the sides here. Notice any difference still on your left or your right. Make sure no pain on the inner knees. And then slowly just let your body release in towards the fold. Nice deep breath here. Now slowly on your next inhale, walk yourself up. We're going to fold over the right leg. So on your inhale, arms over your head. Exhale, you're going to sort of twist over to the right, and then exhale, release your chest, your arms down to frame the right foot, and then folding however much over the right leg. So take the effort to roll the left shoulder forward so that your shoulders are square, framing your right leg. before you take your chest and your belly down towards that right leg. So notice your hamstring. Again, it may not be as deep as if you're coming off like a yang practice. We're still sort of cold. We're not warming our body up too much. One more breath here. Now on your next inhale, rising back up, arms over your head. And then exhale, twisting over to the left side, framing your left leg. And then exhale, slowly wind down, taking chest towards your thigh. And then trying to roll that right shoulder forward. So one side will be easier to sort of square off, and then the other side might be slightly tighter. So notice the differences. Keep flexing into your both legs. One more breath here. Now slowly on your next inhale, rising back up, arms over your head, and then exhale, release your arms under the thighs, bring it in, coming into butterfly here. So again here, you can adjust how deep you want to go. Maybe your hips are not ready, you want it further. Hold it up, inhale to extend out your spine, exhale, elbows out as you take yourself in towards a fold over your legs. Again, back is flat, chest towards your feet. You can open up your soles like a book, just to protect your knees here. Notice how it feels. And then slowly, if you're holding on to your feet, walk your hands out in front of you and see if you can fold a bit deeper. Still with your back flat. And let's exhale, walk your palms over to the right. So maybe you can't get them square off and you feel this big stretch over in your left lower back. So sort of changing it up a bit, getting a stretch in towards our lower back here while in butterfly. So sometimes the configuration, the legs will change the stretch to feel slightly different. Now slowly on your inhale, come back through center, walking over to the left. So you will again notice one side may be more flexible. It's easier to reach the palms square or next to each other. Just feel the nice release on the lower back, especially here, and of course in towards the hips. One more breath. Now slowly inhale, walk back through center first, coming and see if you can get a bit deeper here. And then slowly inhale, walk yourself back up. Extend out your legs first, closing your knees up, and then let your legs slide out, coming into your seated forward fold. So feet can be hips distance. Inhale again, lifting up. Exhale as we fold over our legs here. So notice the difference between this forward fold versus the wide-legged sit. Even though both are forward fold, the other one you feel it more in towards your inner thigh, inner groin. This will be really solely down your hamstring, your lower back. So going as deep again as you wish here. Because bear in mind, we haven't even moved. We haven't gotten more than on our knees. And then for once, we're going to come up to stand. To sort of get in towards the stretch a little bit more. And that's as strenuous as we're going to get today. Now slowly on your next inhale, walk yourself up. Place your palms behind you, bend the knees in, nice and wide. Let's windshield wiper first. Side to side. Before we walk the feet in towards hips width. Palms can face any direction that's comfortable for your wrist. And then on your inhale, lifting up the hips in towards a tabletop. Activating in towards the shoulders a bit, that we've warmed up and stretched. Before gently exhaling, lower your hips back down. Cross your ankles, come up to a downward facing dog. Palms shoulder distance, walk your feet back. And then maybe walk out your dog side to side. Notice how your hamstring feels. We've really gotten them sort of stretch a bit. And then maybe this down dog feels different from our other down dog. Now slowly come into stillness. Notice how your down dog feels. Neck is nice and long, crown reaching down, palms pressing up. And then hips lifting up towards the ceiling. Extend your crown and your back even longer. Before on your next inhale, bend your knees. Gently walk towards the front of your mat. Coming into a ragdoll, catching hold opposite elbow. Bend deep in towards your knee and let your crown hang nice and heavy. Maybe take a sway side to side if that feels good. Before coming back into center stillness and release the fingertips down on the ground. On your next inhale, gently roll all the way back up. Coming into your first Tadasana, your head should be the last to come up. Roll the shoulders back, palms facing forward, closing your eyes down. And notice how your body feels here. How it feels to be standing, to be on your feet. And just breathe. Lower the shoulders away from your ears. And then slowly on your next inhale, blink your eyes open, arms over your head. Just gently picking up the right foot, gently reaching it behind you. And then just step it behind as you squeeze your thighs. Catch off your right wrist for a gentle banana shape. So notice the difference when you're lying down versus standing up. So of course here you have to balance yourself. Nice deep breath here. Now slowly on your next inhale, come back through center. Exhale, release in towards a forward fold with your legs crossed. So sit bones reaching up. And just breathe and release your crown nice and heavy. Shake out your head, yes, no. Now slowly fingertips down. Inhale, reach your right leg out behind you into sort of a gentle supported warrior 3, nothing too major. And then deep bend on the left knee, walk your hands back, lower your right foot down, lower your right knee down. Coming up for your first Anjayasana, arms over your head here. Nice deep breath. Exhale, lower the palms down, shifting into half splits here. So make sure hips are stacked. Breathing through the hamstring, which should feel okay right now. And then slowly we're going to rebend in towards the left knee. Right palm plants as we open up in towards a gentle, easy twist here. Left arm reaches up. Exhale, we're going to do the same thing, circling up the arms, reaching it back, reaching it forward. So about 3 rounds in total as we sort of work in the shoulders, nothing too major. Just getting some blood moving along the body. And then changing direction, reaching. Keep the knees bent, stack over your ankle. So the movement of that depends on your shoulders, mobility. And then slowly release the left palm on the inside of your foot, scoot it out, coming into a gentle lizard. So here's up to you. If you want to stay out on your palms, you want to thumb down on towards your elbows, or maybe any movement side to side that feels good. So if the hip flex and the groin feels a bit icky, then move it out. So you don't have to stay still because it's not a yin class. So whatever that feels good, just to get out the kinks out in towards the hips. Nice deep breath. And then of course at this point, if you wish to come into the twist, then you can turn the left foot out, left palm on the thigh, and then work the right shoulder down. So there my spine just pop. So that it needs the release. Or you can take the right knee bend, reach for your right foot to come into a quad stretch versus a twist. Open up the shoulders, again depending on how your body feels. And then from wherever you are, we're going to gently release back through with the palms down. And then you're going to lift up the right knee, step the left foot back to meet it, coming back in towards downward facing dog. Pad out your legs or stay in stillness, whichever feels good. And then slowly on your next inhale, bend your knees. Let's step forward or walk forward. Inhale for your halfway lift. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, rising all the way back up, coming back through in towards Tadasana, lowering your palms down, open up to the side, closing your eyes down, roll your shoulders back, and then notice the difference, the little bit of heat that you feel building up. That's as much as we're going to go through today. On your next inhale, blink your eyes open, arms over your head, pick up your left foot gently and then just tug it behind your right ankle. Squeeze your thighs, calves together, catch hold of your left wrist and side bend over to the right side. So stretching your left side here, nice and long. Just one more breath and then we'll fold. Inhale, coming back through center. Exhale, hinge from your waist as you slowly fall down, reaching towards the ground. You can use your blocks too if the floor is further away from you than you wish. Breathe here, maybe shake out your head, yes, no, again, feel that stretch to the back from the sit bones all the way down to your heels. And then slowly, maybe walk your hands forward, pick up your left foot and extend it out behind you in a supported warrior 3. Flex into the left foot, bend deep into the right, maybe walk your fingertips so that it frames the right foot, drop the left foot down, drop the left knee down, and then inhale, we are up in Anjasana. So just sort of a transition before we release in towards half splits here. So frame the foot, shift your weight back, maybe adjusting so that everything is nice and square. Flex into the right foot and fold over your right leg. Notice how that hamstring feels. Again, you're welcome to floss any movement. You don't have to hold. It's your practice. So if there's some variation that feels good that I didn't mention, please go for it. One more breath here. And then we're going to re-bend in towards that right knee for our shoulder movement here. So left palm plants next towards the right foot. Inhale, right arm reaches up for your easy twist. Continue on the circle, reaching back. Then coming forward. Inhale to sort of lift up from that left palm rather than dumping the weight on it as you move through your 3 rounds. And then once you finish your 3 rounds here, change direction. Again, the movement, how big the circle is, depending on your shoulder mobility, range of motion. And then finishing out your 3 rounds. And then you're going to release the right palm on the inside of the right foot, scoot the right foot out, coming in towards your lizard pose. So sink down, or again, elbows up to you, how far you want to go. Again, being gentle for this Monday morning, never forcing. Again, any movement side to side if you wish to sort of hip circle that feels good. There's no right or wrong, just you know your body what it can take, how it feels. If the knee feels sore, put a blankie down. If coming down the elbows too much, then stay on the block, or sometimes even higher if you want to take it up. And then we're going to wing it up in towards the twist. So right palm comes onto the thigh, roll the left shoulder down, right shoulder back. Or if you wish to come into the quad stretch. Again, it really depends. So nice deep breath here. Just see how the body feels. And then slowly we're going to release. Come back to center, right palm plants, but this time instead of going to downward facing dog, you're going to kick the right knee back. Bend your elbows and slowly lower down onto your back here in towards a Sphinx. So again, Sphinx, go for a gentler version if your back is feeling sensitive or sore. Widen your elbows, widen your feet, whichever feels good here. Nice deep breath. Let the pelvis and the lower back melt down. And then slowly you're going to wing out your elbows out. Extend your right arm out for a yummy shoulder stretch. So left palm plants, right ear down, bend the knee. You can keep it stacked or you can flip it over, whichever that feels good for a yummy shoulder stretch here. So as promised, nothing over the top. Nice deep breath. So we pick up the pace from 0 to 5 miles per hour. Now we're coming back into the 1-2 miles per hour zone. Or actually, we've come to a ground stop. Cover a few more breaths here. Getting ready for our warrior flow tomorrow. Now slowly coming back through center, releasing your right arm back in and then changing sides. Left arm extend, turn and look over to the right, and then flip over or stack. Again, depending on how deep you want to go in towards that shoulder stretch here. And then slowly, whenever you're ready, come back through center. Place your right palm out, and then we're just going to walk our arms. So right arm under first, so maybe get a block to rest your chin or your forehead for our shoelace, for nice compression. So squeeze, 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 tuck your toes, lift up your hips, get a bit tighter, and then lower your forehead down. You can always go deeper by placing your palms on your shoulder blades if your elbows are okay with that weight on them, or just stick to the usual. Feel the nice rounding behind the neck on top of the shoulder blades. And then slowly on your next inhale, forehead down, up, not down. Maybe walk slightly back and unwind, and then this time slip the left arm under. Again, tighten, walk them opposite direction, and then tuck the toes, lift up. Again, tighten up your shoelace or bow tie, whatever you want to call it, forehead down. Again, feel the nice stretch down the shoulder blades. And then slowly on your next inhale, up, release. And then we're going to remove the block if you got it on the side. Keep the elbow, right elbow in front of you, left palm down. You're going to flip onto the side here just for a quad stretch. So if you did not get the chance to do that twist, this is a gentler quad stretch than the other, no pressure on the knee. And then bring the foot in towards your glutes here, and then give it a nice stretch here. Breathe into it. See if you can squeeze it a little bit more. Before you release the foot, stamp it in front of your thigh here, coming in towards sort of a horizon stretch. So you're going to bend the left leg behind you, changing the stretch in towards the right quad. And then roll that shoulder back here. So you're going to do the same on the other side, so you get to stretch the quad 2 times. Gently release the foot out. Come on towards your elbows and coming sort of into a horizon stretch, but a gentle one. So you can always bend the elbow, cactus it, and let it release. Or if you want to go deeper, come onto your palms and you're going to have this nice side stretch here. So whichever you prefer, a little pressure onto that tension letter on the side. It's not going to be too long. And then after that, we're going to push ourselves up to the sit. So we'll be facing the left side, quite unusual. So slowly, if you're down at elbow, come back up so that you can push yourself up, bend the knee in. You're coming in towards a seated side twist or Lord of the Fishes. So foot is down, knee is up. Let's hug or hooked, coming into a nice deep twist here. So hopefully the spine and everything else, left sit bones comes back down and then twist in towards the left side. So coming a full circle in, and then we'll go over to the opposite side after this. So slowly on your inhale, release back through center. Let's release and come back onto your belly to flip over to the other side. So extend it out if you wish. Come in towards a Sphinx pose for a breath to sort of neutralize and equal the sides. And then we're going to flip over to the left. So once you're ready, turn your elbow in, stack your hips, and then catch hold of the right foot behind you. So make sure you don't overarch in towards the lower back, so your pelvis is still stacked together and your spine is more or less neutral as you bring the foot towards your thigh. So wee bit of balance also. And then before we release the foot in front of the left thigh, so actually I'm going to turn to the side so at least I'm facing you. And then bend the opposite foot in and then feel that stretch on the other thigh. Gently release, coming into your side stretch of Sphinx or horizon pose. Either stay on the elbow, still feeling a gentle stretch, or if you want to get deeper into it, come onto your palms. So make sure you're still in a straight line. And then feel a nice gentle stretch, mostly on that right hip bone over it. And then we'll come up to our twist here. And then slowly you're going to push off, bend the knee, come and sit onto your sit bones here, in towards your twist. So hopefully you're equalized, Michelle, before you leave us. So twisting here. So whether you're hugging or hooking, your elbows on the outside. Nice deep breath. So one last hamstring stretch before we come back onto our back. Now slowly on your inhale, head back center. Release the left leg out. So keep the right leg on top. So we're coming in towards a deeper stretch. So with the pressure of the leg on that left thigh, flex into your left foot, inhale, and then exhale, walk yourself forward. So notice this stretch, how it feels as the other seated forward fold. Just a last hoorah here. Nice deep stretching towards the hamstring. And then slowly walk yourself up. You're going to change sides. So release the right leg, help the left leg to go on top. Flex into the left foot, extend out your spine. And then exhale, slowly folding forward. Now slowly on your next inhale, coming back up. We're going to come down to lie for the last minutes of our practice. Make sure you bring your block along with you. Come into a supported bridge. So feet hips width. And on the inhale, we're going to use the lowest height. Slide the block under. Make sure your sacrum is supported. So usually it should be under your yoga pants or your pants. Feet nice and hips width, palms face up. So either stay here in this really gentle supported bridge or legs up the wall. So if you're doing legs up the wall, roll out your ankles, your knees, not your knees, your ankles and your feet. Roll it out, flex and point, whatever that feels good, just reversing the flow for a bit, gentle inversion. And then of course, if you wish for a gentle psoas stretch, you can place the left heel down, so leg is long, squeeze the right knee in, give it a nice squeeze here, really flex in towards the left foot, heel down. As you squeeze that right thigh in, feel that nice stretch on top of the hip flexor on the left, compression on the right. Changing sides. So this time right leg long, left knee squeeze in. Nice deep breath here. Now slowly release again, coming back through bridge. So rebend your knees, nice and hips width, palms open up. And just notice how the back is. Let it be heavy, let it be supported by your back. As we come back full circle, back onto our back. So a spinal twist before our Shavasana. So gently on your next inhale, lift up your hips, slide the block out from under you. Squeeze your thighs in towards your chest. Bye-bye. And then you feel the nice hip compression here. And then allow the knees to drop over to the right. So keep the knees stacked. So if you need to move the hips slightly behind you, the right hip, so that the thighs, the knees are stacked, extend the left arm out, left shoulder blade down. And maybe placing the right palm down on top of the left knee to get deeper in towards the twist here. Of course, you have the option, if you want to go deeper, to cross the left leg over the right, slide it under the right for a deeper twist here. Sort of in a Gomukhasana style legs twist. So if that's what your body yearns for, then go for it. Or if you want to keep it really gentle, then stick to the stack. One more breath here. Now slowly, if you've got legs crossed, unwind, bring it back through center. So again, if you wish to shift your hips slightly to the left so that you can ensure as you drop your knees over to the left that the hips and the knees and the thighs are stacked. Extend your right arm out and maybe look over towards your right fingertips. So either stay here in this gentler version of a spinal twist, or if you wish to go deeper, right leg slides under the left in the cross leg. And then again, make sure the right shoulder blades press down. And really enjoy that twist, lower back. Again, never forcing, just doing something as long as it feels comfortable and nice for your body. Especially now towards the end of Shavasana, coming up. Couple more breaths here. Now slowly, if you got your legs crossed, unwind, bring it back through center, give yourself a nice hug. Coming into your happy baby, just to neutralize out the hips here. And if you like it, you can straighten out one leg, then the other, or both legs. Rock side to side to give that lower back a nice massage. So anything goes here before you end up in a nice Shavasana. Releasing your legs nice and long, take up space, feet nice and wide, palms open up towards the ceiling, and then bring your attention to your breath here. So before we wind down totally, let's bring your attention to your breath here. Let's inhale nice and deep. Pull the breath in. And then exhale, let it out through your mouth. 2 more times like this. Inhale through your nose. And exhale, let it go through your mouth and see if you can release a bit more. One last time, inhale through your nose. And let it go through your mouth and let your entire body feel heavy. There's nothing to worry, nothing more to do as you come into stillness and enjoy this moment of quiet before you get back into your everyday life. So Shavasana is here to allow yourself to have time to absorb the goodness of your practice and also to adjust for the transition between end of class before you have to get on your feet and get on with the rest of the day. So if you wish to have a little bit more time, stay exactly where you are. If you are short on time, let's make any gentle movement to get your body ready and then make your way back up to the top of your mat with your eyes gently closed, palms on your knees, roll your shoulders back. Let's bring your palms together and then rock them really quickly to generate some heat. Just because we have a gentler practice, our body is colder. And then let it cup gently over your eyes, feeling the heat penetrating through your eyelids. Preparing yourself to open back up in towards the world and get back to your usual routine. Slowly bring your palms together, lower towards your heart center, bowing yourself. Again, taking this time to honor yourself, showing gratitude to your body, your breath, and yourself being here on the mat with me today. And I hope to see you for the rest of the week. Namaste.